my name is Shandana Mufti and I'm here for ABScream Media. I'm here with the guys from Past Haunts. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Hello.
I'm Mitch. I'm the new guitarist. I'm Chris. I was the guitar.
You're the old guitarist.
I'm the old guitarist.
I'm Brett. I'm the bassist and singer.
I'm Scott. I'm the drummer.
First off, how did you guys get together?
Scott and I have been jamming for a while and weren't really getting what we wanted out of the music. So we looked for other dudes and gave a shot to Chris and a friend of ours, Zach, who were in a band at the time, but sort of ending off, and we just got together and had a jam, and it was really cool. Kind of stuck together since.
Cool. So this isn't the original lineup then? You said you're a new one?
We've gone through a few changes to get to now. I mean, we've almost been together for 3 years.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, kind of ended up like how it is now, recently.
Yeah, it's good now.
It's good now, it wasn't before?
No, it was always good.
It wasn't bad, it wasn't, we hadn't figured out what we wanted to do together as sort of like one unit yet.
Right.
And once we kind of like figured out what lineup we wanted and what kind of structure, especially with Mitch coming on board, it just sort of clicked into place.
So what is the music scene here like? I mean, I hear a lot of house and trance everywhere, that's what I see everywhere.
Yeah, house, house, trance, electro, we have a big electronic music scene. It really depends. It's quite niche, so like punk and hardcore music tends to be a little bit smaller in terms of the crowds and like the venues and stuff like that, but the people who go to like punk rock and hardcore shows or even metal shows are quite dedicated to it. You're not going to get thousands of people like you do at a trance party. But otherwise, indie and folk music is like really, really big at the moment.
Right.
Yeah, like
everywhere.
Everybody plays a banjo, so apparently, so that's cool.
But it's cool, like a lot of people cross over different genres, so you know, guys will go to the electro show and the next day they'll go to like a hardcore show.
What are your guys' favorite genres individually?
Mitch?
Well, I like post-hardcore, hardcore. Also, I come from like more metal roots, and then also sort of cinematic and classical. So, yeah, much the same. Also, classical background still. So,
I used to listen to a lot of ska, and I love hip hop, but
he's a black sheep.
I listen to more Tribe Called Quest than I do listen to punk or hardcore. But punk rock music, hardcore, indie, death metal, folk, classic rock, everything pretty much. Yeah, we all listen to quite a big mix.
Yeah, similarly, like a very broad swathe of music, but I grew up listening to a lot of punk, especially a lot of the weirder subgenres, microgenres like grindcore and power violence and D-beat and weird stuff from Sweden. But otherwise, I listen to a bit of industrial as well, some post-hardcore, a lot of like emo and stuff.
So is there a lot of local stuff in those genres, or is it mostly international acts?
There isn't a lot, no. Like, I think in terms of post-hardcore, what would you say we have like top line bands like albums, stuff like that, people like it coming as a catch.
When you're writing, what sort of stuff do you listen to? You just put out an EP, so and your sound is pretty cohesive despite all the influences coming in. So what do you do? Listen all the same stuff? Yeah. What are you listening to this round?
Gatherer, actually, so back in the United States, the drummer actually makes our stuff for us.
Oh, cool.
Because we like their music. So we got into that, or I got into that after Brett sort of shared it around. Yeah. That frameworks,
Share more,
that sort of stuff. So we all listen to around about the same stuff that influenced us for the writing of this EP. And then we have, other influences. But, I don't know what
I think so. Unifying sound would be like that sort of new wave of post-hardcore that's coming out of the States at the moment. That's pretty much all we were listening to at the time.
So what is your writing process? Like, do you guys get together and write, or send pieces back and forth?
Both.
Normally,
when I joined, it was sort of like, it wasn't an official audition, but I felt the need to sort of write something and bring it to practice, so I'm sure that I can fit into it.
Okay.
So some of our songs, I think one or two of them, like I put a lot of it in, just because that was my first writing that I put together for the band. And then the rest of the stuff, Chris also rewrote something and sent it back and forth, and so that 3 of the songs pretty much happened like that, and we added stuff for practices. And then the other 2 songs were entirely in practice. We wrote them together.
It's all over the place.
It's like jamming riff and then something happens.
Yeah, exactly. It's never what we write at home comes entirely as we It's always changed or molded to our preferences.
Yeah, everybody has input too, which is cool. And then Scott and I share sort of lyric writing duties.
Over here, I mean, international acts don't come through that often, do they?
getting
No,
better
it's
now.
getting better. Yeah, Foo Fighters
Yeah.
were just here.
Yeah, Foo Fighters.
All like the big bands come
Yeah.
out, like the smaller,
But the smaller
like,
ones.
less known, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, First the Hero are coming back, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're awesome. And we had Comeback Kid this year.
Oh,
Was it
wow.
this year? Yeah, beginning of this year. Comeback Kid. We've seen
Ghost Inside a couple years ago.
yeah, the Ghost Inside from California. Under Oath, they were quite a big post-hardcore band.
Yeah.
And Haste the Day, who are in the same label as them. Let's see, Deftones. Oh, that was
Yeah,
awesome. That's something I think everybody was waiting
Right.
for a long time. Yeah, it seems to be getting bigger now that there's more interest in like more like sort of niche genres.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, when I first started going to shows when I was like 15, I didn't ever think that I'd see some of the bands that
Yeah.
came here. Like
Yeah.
NoFX, Nose
Yeah.
Bands as well.
Yeah, so is there more interest in what the local scene has to offer after the big bands come and go? No?
Not really.
Everyone just goes back.
People are fickle, they're
Because
like,
Yeah.
that's what
see
you think
yeah.
happens,
That's
right?
a Cape
Like,
Town thing as well, though. People
Yeah.
are very like tight about things. So
stick to.
yeah,
So how do you get your name out?
oh, hard work.
Social
Hard work.
media mainly.
Yeah. Social media when it works. Otherwise, just telling buddies that you've got shows. You have to do
Yeah.
posters and flyers. Otherwise, it's just
Right.
not going to happen if you just make an event. That yeah, we tried that and it doesn't work. Posters seem to work pretty well if you just
Yeah.
slap them up around
Yeah,
town.
there's a lot of.
Yeah.
So are there a lot of touring opportunities in South Africa, or is it mostly like you just play hometown shows?
I think there are more touring opportunities for the bands up north, like in Joburg, Pretoria, Durban, just because they're closer to each other. I mean,
Right,
like
that's
if you look at South Africa on the
Yeah,
map, Cape
it's all
Town's
over
like
there.
all the way down at
Yeah.
the bottom on our own. But yeah, we're planning on going on tour next year, and yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Are there enough venues here? Or
Here in Cape Town or
yeah,
South Africa?
in Cape Town?
Ooh,
Enough venues, but not
Enough
good
venues.
They sort of
Yeah,
come and
that's
go.
fair enough.
But like the staple ones are like Raw, Assembly, Mercury.
Yeah.
I think those are sort of the main ones. There's a new place called Manila Bar that's opened up. It's a karaoke bar as well.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it's not always easy to book gigs. You always also have like a competition going on, you know, because it's a small, well, looks like a big city, but it's
Yeah.
actually kind of a small city. So there's always something else on the night as well. So yeah, it'd be nice to have a few more venues, I think.
So what would the ideal venue here be?
The ideal venue.
Yeah, just, you could build a new venue anywhere
Oh.
in Cape Town.
I want a bigger band.
Why do we get budget?
Sure, no budget. You have all the money.
Man, something like the same size as Mercury, but better sound.
The
Better
size and vibe of Mercury with the sound of Raw.
So for people who don't know about Raw and Mercury, clear
Yes.
sound, which we have some venues with a lot of clear sound, loud, you can do a lot with the sound, but probably cleaner would be better.
Yeah.
More lights, bigger stage areas. Mercury has quite a big stage, so that's great. Doesn't have a very big backstage area, so it's a bit of a problem. No staircases, that would be good. It's just carry all that
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
up. Some 3 flights of stairs basically, actually.
There's a practice studio called Kill City Blues that we used to practice at
That
before
where
we
you're
got
meant
our
to
own
be?
space. Yeah. And I went to a show there on Monday. Peasant and Take Hand, they're both hardcore bands played there, and the sound was awesome. But
Yeah.
you know, it's like a little more
It's pretty
intimate
small,
setting.
yeah.
So people are kind of innovating and doing those kind of shows now, like a floor show at like a practice space. It's quite hard to book all ages venues and like halls and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like it's people aren't that keen on helping bands out or letting people do things like that anymore.
Right.
It used to be a bigger thing.
Yeah, the all ages shows will help a lot with.
Yeah, we're working on that,
Shows,
but it's
so
but we
this
got it now. Nobody else gets it, and I feel like it's unfair. And I think it's kind of up to us to make the effort to do that
Right.
and to organize all ages shows. But it's really difficult to find places. Most of the places that will like they want to charge a booking fee for the venue, and
Right,
that
yeah.
goes into the thousands. And you're like, oh,
But, yeah.
all right, not even sure how many kids are going to get to this.
You guys could do mountain shows, go on top of Lion's Head.
Wow, yeah.
Sure.
Everybody else is doing art
Man,
installations on the
permit
mountain.
There you go.
do
Musical
that.
installation.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Who would you like to open for?
Who would I like to open
Yeah.
for, like what,
Anyone.
locally or internationally? Anyway.
Good band.
Well, I
Alive, preferably.
Yeah, of course. Okay, well, a year ago, one of our favorite bands, Touche Amore, put out a little sponsored, like promoted poll type thing. They just
Right.
they just posited the question: anybody in South Africa listen to us? Would you like to see us, down there, etc. And there wasn't an overwhelming response really. Like at post-hardcore, there isn't really a massive following here, but I think it's growing slowly but surely.
Right.
I think people listen to post-hardcore and don't realize it's post-hardcore, like at the drive-in
Yeah.
and Thrice and numerous other bands. But I would love to open for Touche Amore. And I think as a band, collectively, that would be
Be
a
sweet.
dream gig. Absolutely.
So now we get to the fun questions. So you said you like animals, so this one's for you.
Ooh,
So let's see if you know the big five.
Lions, tigers, and bears.
Yeah, lions,
Yes.
lions, tigers, bears.
Tigers
Godzilla,
are
and-
native to South Africa.
And the majestic sea cucumber. Let's see. Do I know the big five?
It's on your back.
Yeah, think of your money.
Yeah, elephant,
Yeah.
lion,
Yup.
leopard,
Yup.
buffalo, rhino.
There you go. Good job.
Boom. Platypus, echidna, slow loris.
Okay, so if you guys were one of the big five, which one would you be? Each of you get to. There's four of you. Each of you can pick one, and then there's one left over.
I think we should allocate them to
Allocate
each
them
other.
to each other. Yeah, there you go. Sorry.
Scott would be our fiery lion.
There you go.
Mm.
Your turn.
Would be a buffalo.
That's because you probably play buffalo when you go drinking. Chris is definitely the leopard.
I'm lazy.
I'll be the rhino. I got the bigger nose. That's cool. And
We didn't
I've got
say
such
anything.
I've got such a thick skin that I never get hurt when
There
people
you go.
say things.
Wait, delicious.
They're animals that people overlook, like the mighty Dussie.
The
Have
mighty
you experienced
what now?
them?
Those are
I
like
have no idea what you're talking about.
No,
The
they're
Dussie.
horrible.
They
They
live on Table Mountain. They're the rock rabbits,
They're basically rats.
the hyrax.
So you're a fan and you're not.
It's Chris. Chris spends more time in the mountains than I do, so he probably encounters
They-
them
they-
and their weird
They're
smell and
scavengers. They're
sounds.
like they're basically
Well,
rats.
they're
not-
rodents. No, they're not rodents.
They are rodents.
No, I don't think so. They're closely related to elephants.
Yeah, actually they are.
And
that
manatees.
doesn't make sense.
I'm
but
not
they
kidding.
are.
We'll
So we're
show
googling
you.
this later.
Yeah. I love animals.
What's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal.
Your favorite animal.
It's gonna take a while.
It's a bit technical. It's a technical question. My favorite.
Give us the dumbed down answer.
Probably currently I'd have to say, I don't know, the fruit bat's pretty awesome. I like the fruit bat, but I like bears. We don't get bears here, which sucks. It's a bit of a misconception. Like we don't have bears or tigers, but yeah, I guess bears are pretty cool. They're really
Bears are
funny.
cool.
Grizzly bears are really
Grizzly
funny.
bears? What about polar bears?
Yeah, polar bears are cool as well. Yeah, I like polar bears, Kodiak bears, like all kinds of bears.
Wolf, husky.
Cool.
Husky is a dog, dude. That's like
It's an animal.
you get to answer dog, then border collie.
Favorite dog,
Okay.
husky, favorite animal, wolf.
Wolf. Got it.
I like cats. I like
Okay.
dogs as well. I am common. I like animals.
You like dags.
Sweet apple.
Dags.
I don't know, something cute with giant ears. Just give me a fox or
Got it.
a wolf or something. I don't know.
Done.
Cats, definitely. Cats are really.
So wolves are winning this round.
Yeah.
We're all set now. Thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're coming up from the floorboards. I can feel you rising as the room turns cold.